guys.
Okay, great point.
Neil, down in front, obviously a big win for you tonight in co-main event in what has been an incredible night in Liverpool. Talk to me, when the offer came in to fight Craig, 12 days out, did you have to think at all about accepting that given the short notice?
No, not at all. The message came through from Sean Shelby saying he found me an opponent. Before I can even say anything, I already responded with a yes. And then like a couple minutes later, I responded to my coach like, hey, by the way, I have a fight now. So there was no hesitation whatsoever to take the fight when it came through.
Obviously after the fight you had a very intriguing call out of Kamaru Usman. What's kind of behind that call out? Why is it him you want to meet next in the octagon?
He's proven himself to be a great fighter so far. I mean, he got a lot accomplished in the division right now. He's in the top 5 now. So it makes sense to me to want to call out a guy who's actually proven himself time and time again rather than someone else. So if it ends up coming through, I'll take the fight. If not, we'll see what happens.
You know, you've had a lot of fights now in the UFC. Like looking back from, I guess, when you first joined the organisation, where do you think you have improved the most? And do you think you're finally going to start making a run at this kind of top 5 in the division?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, fight after fight, I proved I've become more well-rounded as far as my skill set goes. I showed a little more in striking department, wrestling department, grappling department every fight. I think as of lately, I've been putting the mental piece into the fight game, and that's what it take me back to the top of the division and making a run to the title now.
Neil, can you talk a little bit about what the feeling is like? I was next. I'll make sure I talk quick. Talk a little bit about the feelings like being in there. I mean, you know, obviously you said, hey, I'll fight anybody anytime, but I mean, you have everything to lose. You know, you're fighting a guy that you probably don't know much about, haven't had time to break down. Give me an idea what the emotion is like, what the feelings like, the nerves are like.
It's all about how I view it. I mean, I could view it as a lose-lose, or I could view it as another huge opportunity. For me, going into the fight, it was all about gratitude. I mean, I was in a position last year where I wanted to fight, but physically I was unable to, and it was at a doctor's decision if I would be able to fight again. So when the opportunity came for me to fight, it was more so like, yeah, absolutely, I'm healthy, I'm in shape, let's do it. Let me not waste this time that I have now.
And you made such a nice gesture as well. I mean, you mentioned it before the fight, you know, if I can get a fight, I'll make this donation, and now you're saying I'm going to go through it. Can you just tell us how that came about, you know, how you got connected there, and why you wanted to make that gesture?
To be honest with you, I've never met this young girl. It came through from my old wrestling coach, Lisa Bowling. He initially made the post, and I was reading about it. I was like, man, this is difficult. I couldn't imagine having a child being in a position that she's in, and then having to find a way to provide for her and get her the medical care that she needs. So the stage was set for me to do something about it, so I took full advantage of it.
I just want to follow up on your call out of Kamaru Usman. Obviously, he's undefeated, so what chinks do you see in his armor that you feel as though you can exploit in a fight with him?
This is one of the things that makes me a good fighter. I mean, I'm able to adapt to situations as they come. I mean, he's shown a lot of different skill sets in the past, and obviously wrestling being his strong suit. I'm not afraid of where the fight goes. If he wants to keep it standing, I can find a way to beat him standing. If he wants to wrestle, I find a way to beat him wrestling. If he goes to the ground, I find a way to find a submission or reversing him on top and then finish the fight. So I'm not afraid to go anywhere this fight is going to potentially take me, and that's what excites me about it.
Also, just wanted to ask you about Mike Perry. He's been using some colourful language, to say the least, on social media. What have you made of that?
I haven't even heard it. This is the first time I heard about it. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea what's been said or where his mindset's right now.
Fair enough.
Cool.
And just finally for me, being here in Liverpool, you know, fighting here in Europe, did you like it? Would you like to do it some more in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a great experience for me. I mean, in addition to fighting and doing something I love, I mean, one of the things that adds to the journey for me is the place I get to go and the people I get to meet. And fighting here in Liverpool just adds to that experience. I mean, the fans here were great from the open workout to the live weigh-in to the actual fight. The fans here were amazing. So if I get an opportunity to fight in the UK again, I'd love to take the opportunity to come back.
So obviously a big win for Darren Till as well in the main event. He, considering who he beat, he may very well have jumped you in the rankings. Is that a fight that would be interesting for you?
Absolutely. I mean, I think I've shown at this point that who I fight is not really a matter to me. When Sean Shelby called and said, hey Neil, I have a fight for you, the answer is usually yes. I mean, unless I'm injured, the answer is always going to be yes. So if that ends up being the fight that comes through for me, I'll gladly take it, whether it's here, whether it's in the US, wherever it may be. It's just up to Sean Shelby to see what he says.
And did you have a chance to see the fight? And if so, what did you think of it?
Yeah, it was a great fight. I was pretty impressed with it. For him to go out there and outstrike one of the best strikers that this division I've ever seen so far, I think it was a pretty impressive statement on his end. So I was impressed with it. He did a great job tonight.
And just to touch up on the Kamaru Usman thing as well, what did you think of his fight with Maya?
That's hard to say. I mean, I fought Maya in the past, and I got a little too aggressive against Maya. I couldn't play as patient as he has, and we saw how my fight against Maya went. So I can't critique the guy too much for fighting Maya the way he did. He did exactly what he did to get the win.
Thank you.
There's an expression out there that nice guys always finish last, and are you the exception to that rule? Because everything you've done since arriving here goes to the nice guy image without question, even when you're in the cage. How do you reconcile the difference between you in the cage and you outside the cage?
It's just, it carries over 24/7. I mean, one of the hardest working guys out there, and I think that's what carries over to the cage when I'm in there and fighting. I'm not going to be outworked by anyone in the division, no matter what happens. So I think that's what allows me to be different from anyone else, just that strong work ethic that I bring to the table.
And you don't talk a lot of trash. You've never talked trash. Again, do you feel that just being you is enough for the public in terms of making you a star? Do you feel like being honest and being you is the key to your success?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, this is my 19th UFC appearance tonight. So even though I might not be as bold as some of these other guys, to make 19 walks down to the UFC octagon, you have to be doing something right to do that. So I'll continue to do it my way, continue to slowly climb to the top, and just knock them out as they come, knock them down as they come.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Is there any specific date or event you would like to face Kamaru Usman on?
So it's at this point the only date that I probably can fight him is July 12th. I'm getting married on that date, but if he wants to fight me July 7th or after my wedding and honeymoon's over with, I'll gladly fight him then. But just July 12th is the one date that I can fight.
One more thing, Jorge Masvidal was asking for a fight with you in Liverpool. Have UFC offered you a fight with him right there?
No. I mean, it's like obviously nip that in the bud. I mean, I know there's a lot being said about that I was ducking or I was dodging, whatever it may be. The fact of the matter is he reached out via social media to try to take the fight. He couldn't make weight. The UFC said no. I had no control of it. It was shot down from this moment he said he couldn't make weight. It had nothing to do with me at all.
You were obviously matched up with Gunnar Nelson originally. What was your reaction when you obviously found out that he was going to be out, and is that still a fight that interests you maybe later down the line?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a bummer that I couldn't get the fight against Gunnar Nelson. I mean, this is the third time that he and I were matched to go against each other, and due to injuries, it fell through. But at the end of the day, I was just grateful that I was still healthy and able to go out there and compete, and just kind of wish him the best and hope him a quick recovery. All done? Going once? Going twice?
Okay, any other questions?